Happy snow day, Roosevelt School. I hope you're all enjoying your day off. Maybe you got to sleep in a little bit. Maybe you're gonna get to play in the snow. This is really good snowman weather. So if you're gonna make a snowman, this was the storm to do it. I know one of my favorite things to do on a snow day is to read. And today I'm probably gonna read for fun, and I'll read to do some learning. And one thing that I thought would be fun is if I shared a story with you, even though we're not at school today. So I have a book here, and it's one of my favorite books. Hi, Murph. One of my favorite books to read. When I was a teacher, it was one of my favorite books, and it was one of my favorite books to read to my kids when they were little. And now I'd like to share it with you on this snow day. Murphy, you have to move. Go this way. Go over here, over here. That's my dog, Murphy. He likes when we have snow days, too. So the book that I chose to read is Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. And he is the author and illustrator of this book. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind, and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Danced. They hung on the tree branches. Max rode on their backs and they marched around the forest. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild thing cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. And that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed the story. One thing that I think would be kind of fun, since you have this day at home, draw some pictures from your own imagination. This book is all about Max's imagination and the world that he creates, being king of the wild things. Draw some pictures, maybe write a story of your own. If you do any of that, bring it to my office tomorrow. I'd love to see it. Have a great day, everyone.